The bell has just been rung, and Space Monkey has a banana in his hand. Now, this is a very common thing for Space Monkey to start off many of his matches with a healthy dose of protein, but those banana peels, well, they can come back to haunt you later in the match. Wow.
See, B-Boy ain't playing no game.
B-Boy smacking that banana right out of Space Monkey's hand, landing into the hands of a fan, who I'm going to guess continue double clothesline, and these men are down. Looks like we've just got KLD and Simon Grimm.
Can you believe that?
Simon Grimm looking to form a team as he rolls over, looking to get a quick pinfall win over KLD.
I don't think that's going to work.
KLD not having any of it here. Lifts him up. Oh, Simon Grimm from behind him, off the ropes again.
Whoa.
Big leapfrog from KLD as he's rolling back heel kick into the face of Simon Grimm.
You know, I mentioned how KLD isn't the most fancy guy in the world, but every now and then he's going to bust out something that you wouldn't expect from a man his size. That was impressive.
Absolutely, and here comes Space Monkey back into the ring, trying to leap, does leap over him, comes back, throws the banana peel on the ground. KLD with a big slip there.
That's
classic
uncalled for.
Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton spot there from Space Monkey.
That should be illegal. You should not be allowed to trip someone with a banana peel.
Now Space Monkey has the banana. I believe he thinks it's a telephone of some kind here as he's trying to
play Nintendo.
What is B-Boy?
You know, you would have thought NASA would have made him a little smarter.
Well, you know, he is a hyper-intelligent monkey who is capable of professional wrestling. He does not always know what electronics are, though.
You know, he's won a title or two in this business, but I've also beat him for a title or two. I don't mean to brag, but, you know.
Well, it sounds a little like you're bragging, Greg. And B-Boy and Space Monkey here, after finding common ground on the banana phone, seem to be trying to double team. Oh, KLD, who's not having any of it. Double over-the-shoulder suplexes there as Space Monkey and B-Boy go down. KLD firmly in control of this bout so far. Simon Grimm with a quick duck there, leaving KLD exposed on the top rope. B-Boy comes in with the kick. Simon Grimm finally getting the big man out of the ring.
Intense drop kick there.
Look at that, a big leap over the top from Space Monkey. Crown Point, Indiana, decidedly in the pocket of the Ape Man.
Cheap shot by Simon there.
Yes, cheap shot indeed as Simon Grimm came up with that double axe handle behind Space Monkey. And now it's Grimm and B-Boy. Man, that relationship, that tandem there between B-Boy and Space Monkey not lasting long.
Well, you know, Simon Grimm wasn't born yesterday. If you're going to team with someone in this match, it's going to be someone with the most experience, and that's B-Boy.
That was hard to watch there as B-Boy took Space Monkey's banana and tried to jam it down his throat there. And that's the risk you run when you bring something to the ring like a banana there. Could be used against you.
You know, I don't know if any of these guys should be trusting Simon Grimm too much.
Absolutely, yes, Simon Grimm, of course, accomplished tag team specialist there, but now off on his own as a singles wrestler, probably trying to prove something right now, that he can stand on his own, that he doesn't need a partner. And he's standing on his own right now as he does a side suplex there to Space Monkey. Goes for the pinfall, only a 2 here, a little early in the bout to be trying for those as B-Boy comes in. First chops of the night there. The first chop is the sweetest.
That's for sure, but here comes the big man back up, and he's back down. They're going to have to keep him grounded if any one of these 3 other men are going to want to win this match.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, B-Boy really does seem to have taken control of this bout, and that's not surprising here, as he's probably the most veteran of the 4 men in the ring here.
He was trained by Christopher Daniels back in 2000, and he's wrestled basically a who's who in independent wrestling before they were stars. I mean, we're talking CM Punk, Roderick Strong, Nigel McGuinness, Alex Shelley, guys of that caliber. B-Boy has done it all in this business.
Absolutely, and here he is right now. All that experience not working in his favor as he is going blow for blow right now with Space Monkey, who, by the way, Space Monkey no slouch of his own. He also came in recently on the 2017 Shakira Young Lions tournament, so he's coming off a role of his own. Every man really in this bout has good reason to walk away the winner. And a bite!
Okay, see, I was just about to say, I won't doubt his talent, but I gotta know, has that monkey been checked for rabies?
You know, that's a great question for the Black Label Pro Athletic Commission here. I'm sure that there are people in the back that are making sure that, you know, hopefully Space Monkey doesn't have rabies as he heads into the ring. Simon Grimm, what has he got here? He's got him by a chin, reverse chin lock through the bottom ropes here. B-Boy now getting in on the action. A figure 4 leg lock from B-Boy. Look at these 2 men working together, stretching Space Monkey, heel to face. chin to toe. This man getting split in half here by these two veteran wrestlers. Simon Grimm, our weight Space Monkey appears to have pulled Grimm directly into the ring there.
Yeah, he's down now, but I can tell you, you said it best earlier, Simon Grimm really seems like he has something to prove now that he's not a tag team wrestler anymore. I mean, from the moment he walked out here, when he stood on that chair, he just showed intensity and another level that I've never seen from him before.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's no secret here that Simon Grimm's been on top of the mountain, you know, national television, millions of eyeballs on him, but here he is fighting his heart out to earn the respect of the wrestling fans as an individual wrestler, and I gotta think that's the biggest motivation of anybody in this bout. But here he is with B-Boy, blow for blow, trying to hold his own in this moment of time. Huge spinning somersaults off the top rope, springboarding into the ring. Space Monkey now going to try to create some momentum of his own.
You know, I heard he learned that move from John Glenn.
He learned that from John Glenn?
Yeah.
Wow. I totally believe you, Greg.
Fun fact.
Here we go, Space Monkey. Corner to corner. Monkey flip from Space Monkey. Of course, one of the moves that he's most known for. Oh, B-Boy. Again, saw that Hurricane Rana coming there. Whoa! There it is. Tornado DDT off the top corner there. B-Boy down. Space Monkey.
Should have capitalized. Don't pander to the crowd, Monkey. You should have got a pinfall there.
Swinging his tail around, trying to maybe build his own sense of satisfaction. Oh, couldn't quite keep the momentum there. As KLD back into the ring. Swinging. Oh, he's going for it. Looks like the pump handle. Well, traditionally would be setting up for a pump handle here, but it looks like going the distance, taking the time to wrap Space Monkey's tail. Oh! Into a pump handle powerbomb.
Good sense of ring awareness by Monkey rolling out of the ring, because that could have been all.
Look at those huge blows from KLD. I mean, this man has frying pan-like fingers, and I mean frying pan-like fingers, not hands.
If you're trying to go punch for punch with KLD, you're making a mistake.
God, I just am so impressed every time I see that guy move like that. Up and over. A little off balance here by B-Boy, but again, right off the ropes. Into a huge spear from KLD.
Inside
Here
out.
comes Simon Grimm. He's got him up for the fireman's carry. Simon Grimm flipping him around. Big kick to the face. And a DDT. Goes for the pin.
That could be it.
And your first winner, your first qualifier for that big six-man scramble to wrap it up here tonight at DCT Phase 1, Simon Grimm.
I'm sorry, how much was it? I owe you $1. It's okay. I'll be at the dinner table.
Incredible first bout.
I won't be able to pay rent next year, but it's okay.
He proved this point in round 1. But what happens in the next round of the tournament?
We'll see. Of course, this isn't the end of the road here tonight for Simon Grimm. He will be back later in the main event. Again, that big six-man scramble alongside the other winners of the opening round bouts here tonight at the Darkest Timeline Championship Tournament, Phase 1. But he's had a little time to rest, unlike some of our wrestlers later in the night who have qualifying bouts closer to the final match.
Respect the Father and get down on your knees and bow your heads. Father, forgive the city of Crown Point, Indiana, for they know not what they do by not respecting you. Father, forgive these poor, innocent children, Father, because they are not dashing. They are frightfully deplorable. But Father, it's not their fault. If my mother was a dirty, rotten whore, I would be ugly too.
Okay. Come on. Is this necessary?
Wow.
Give me a
And
break.
Father, look at these men. These men are too scared to do anything about it. They tremble in fear because they know they have no chance to get in the ring with me. Father, my opponents are about to get in this ring, and they are about to face your judgment.
I will treat them like altar boys.
intimidated his opponents are right now.
Wow.
His first opponent from Hoboken, New Jersey, very American, Dasher Hatfield.
What is there to say about Dasher Hatfield other than what a fun guy this is to be around? If you're All-American, you love apple pie, you love baseball, then you're going to love Dasher Hatfield. You know,
he's the old-timey king of swing. One of the all-time greats in Major League Baseball, have you believe, and a fine superstar in the world of Chikara.
Absolutely, yes. Most known for his work in Chikara, most likely. Also was involved in the Wrestling is Fun promotion as well, because, I mean, really, again, what's more fun than Dasher Hatfield? Quite a different character here as we watch Mordecai come out and basically deride the fans for not doing God's work, if I was to interpret his words correctly.
Yeah, you know, quite frankly, I wish Dasher would have brought out a baseball bat and showed Mordecai what a real savior looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we'll see here. Dasher Hatfield, arguably the savior of the Crown Point masses here. The fans really seem to be behind Dasher here tonight. And I think they'd like to see him come out on top. I don't think they want to see a guy like Mordecai in the finals here tonight of the Darkest Timeline Championship.
Absolutely not. Dasher Hatfield is one of the all-time great underdogs and too talented in this industry.
Their opponent hails from Planet Terror. He is Paul Abdul's favorite wrestler and the man too dangerous for the helmet zone. Professional wrestling maniac. Show!
Well, I think the last name Gacy says it all, right? I mean, if Mordecai is Charles Manson, then Joe Gacy is the John Wayne Gacy, Black Label Pro. This is a guy, you wouldn't want him to sell you a fridge because you might wind up inside of it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, Joe Gacy is not going to listen to the cries of Mordecai. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, in the past year, he's been fired from the combat zone for actions that we're not even going to talk about here. This man is out of control. If there's a guy who's not going to back down to Mordecai, it's Joe Gacy.
Absolutely. Well, let's hope this referee does his job here. Traditionally, the referee makes sure that the wrestlers don't have any kind of weapons or contraband on their body to use in the bout, and I would worry about one Gacy here. Of course, Gacy finisher, the Rings of Terror, submission move here, as he prefers to stretch out and inflict pain on his opponents here. That's his preferred method of victory. He would rather make you scream than knock you out.
And you know, Joe Gacy has come a long way over the last few years. I mean, when he started in this business in 2006, he was really looked upon as a lackey and a sidekick for people like Sammy Callahan and Greg Excellent, John Moxley, who the folks at home might know better as Dean Ambrose. But over the last couple years, he's really come into his own and proven that he's a force to be reckoned with within the industry, and he even went on to win the CZW Championship earlier this year.
Absolutely, yes. Former CCW World Champion, CCW Wired TV Champion as well. Of course, B-Boy earlier tonight was also CCW World Champion. That hardcore influence certainly making its name known or effect known here at the Darkest Timeline Championship Tournament. Yes, Gacy a brawler here. I was talking to Black Label Pro Management before the show, and the way that this match came about, they literally took many of the wrestlers, put their names into a hat, and decided that these three were going to face each other. And I got to think that Dasher Hatfield drew the short straw here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, look at the randomness of this match. I mean, you got to think that when you look at these three men in the ring, all of great skill and of different calibers of talent, you got to think that Dasher for sure is the underdog in this contest. And of course, it's showing right now.
Exactly.
Gacy and Mordecai had formed an alliance.
Exactly. Yes, we saw a three-way test of strength being set up here to start it. But Gacy and Mordecai, Manson and Gacy coming together here, double teaming Dasher Hatfield. Dasher using that very strong dome of his to dish out some headbutts to the gut here, throwing some more straight chops, but it's almost too much to overcome here as Joe Gacy and Mordecai go at him.
You got to wonder, though, how long is this alliance between Mordecai and Gacy really going to last? I mean, these guys, you know, on the surface, they seem a little bit alike, but look at that, stare down right there.
Well, I mean, sure, these guys eventually are going to have to go to each other's throats, but you'd think that they would want to take care of Dasher first. It makes a lot more sense for these two men to immobilize, take down, brutalize Dasher Hatfield. Big old slap to the butt of Mordecai.
Well, if there was anything that was going to get in the head of Mordecai, it was that right there.
Couple big arm drags here, and look at that, another arm drag, spinning arm drag off the middle rope. Dasher Hatfield shoots himself off, comes back. Oh, oopsie daisy, down he goes, another arm drag.
Wheelbarrow arm drag there, beautifully done.
And I'd say he cleared the bases with that one, right?
He might be going for a grand slam right now.
Oh! Two big punches to the face as Dasher Hatfield was looking for that suicide dive to the outside.
Nick, you might say he's out of there.
He went for the slide and he got tagged out there. Currently now he is on the outside, though, the worst place you could possibly be with a guy like Joe Gacy and Mordecai. No padding, nothing, just the hardwood floor, surrounded by these crazy Crown Point fans. Huge chop from Mordecai there, lighting up the chest of Dasher Hatfield.
The ref's got to get some control here. I mean, I get it, like all three men are on the outside, it's three-way match rules, but I mean, for the love of God.
Oh, another big chop, and you know, it looks like Dasher's been caught in a pickle here, right? It looks as if he's the runner between two bases, and that ball's getting thrown back and forth. Unfortunately, that ball here in this situation, his bare chest. Here he is, Dasher fighting some fire. Big elbows, big punches, and now a big chop right across the chest of Mordecai. Gacy rolls into the ring here. What is he trying to accomplish with Dasher and Mordecai tangling on the outside? Mordecai throws Dasher into the ring. Dasher a little wobbly here, finds his way to the corner. Joe Gacy with some punches, taking advantage of the situation here, looking to toss him into those very stiff corners there. Does a lot of impact on your back with a somersault clothesline, and Dasher is down.
Another stare down between Mordecai and Gacy.
Well, you got to think that these two men right now are wondering, is Dasher incapacitated? Is this their time to maybe see if they can go up on each other? But no, that is not the case. These two men are going to continue to work together to make sure that Dasher is wholly down for the count.
Like I said, this alliance can only last so long. I mean, you gotta think that either one of these men want to be the Black Label Pro champion at some point.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, all three men absolutely deserving for all the reasons we've listed. Past gold held elsewhere, television time, tournament wins. Mordecai crashing his shoulder tackles right into the corner there, over and over again. Gacy pretty much directing traffic here, getting in a few shots of his own. Dasher is really not looking good here. Dasher Hatfield, I mean, really was the fan favorite, but really getting toasted here by Mordecai and Gacy.
That's got him staggered.
Oh!
Sunset flip.
Flying sunset flip. And Mordecai. Now, Greg, you spent a lot of time in the ring here. Obviously, you spent some time in triple threat matches.
Sure.
When you're down and out, you've got two big men up against you like that. What's your strategy?
I mean, what it comes down to is you just got to find a way around the situation. I mean, especially when you're a guy that's a little bit smaller like Dasher in comparison to them, you got to use your quickness and you got to use your cunningness to get around that situation. I mean, what it comes down to is Gacy and Mordecai, right now they're on the same page, but you have to create some sort of situation in which they're going to, you know, they're going to have a miscommunication. If you could do that, you can get back on top.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, I guess that's true. You got to convince one of them to go after the other, and hopefully you can catch your breath.
Well, it's hard between the two of them because, I mean, you got one guy like Gacy whose offense could easily be described as hostile, and then you got a guy like Mordecai who's, you know, destructive. He wants to destroy everything in his path, and if you don't believe in what he believes, then, you know, he wants nothing to do with you. I mean, these guys are out of control.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It is, I guess, not too surprising that Gacy and Mordecai have formed such a quick friendship and relationship. This isn't even really looking much like a triple threat bout anymore. This is looking more like a handicap match here as Dasher is being beaten down by these two maniacs, these madmen, these savages, just grinding his head right now against that steel post both on the outside, feeling his skull start to compress every single time they go back there, applying more pressure.
And what does the ref do? I mean, look, I get it. Like, in a three-way match, the rules are a little relaxed. Okay, I get that. But I mean, what does it say about the people later in the tournament that are going to have a singles match when they're going to be 5 counts initiated and 10 counts on the floor? I mean, this is a big disadvantage for Dasher Hatfield right now.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's the thing in wrestling. You got to take each match one at a time here. These men knew what they were getting into. They obviously had a game plan going into it. I wouldn't be shocked if Gacy found Mordecai in the back and proposed an offer earlier in the evening, saying, let's call a spade here. If we're going to have a chance of coming out on top, we have got to take Dasher Hatfield out here. Again, Dasher Hatfield is an accomplished wrestler, really kind of one of the cornerstones of Chikara right now. And here he is, finally getting a chance to fire up! Big suicide dive to the outside! Dasher Hatfield takes out Joe Gacy, hopping back into the ring, hoping to do something here with Mordecai, maybe get back onto his feet. Big punch here from Mordecai and a headbutt from Dasher Hatfield.
Dasher's got a second win.
Yes, Dasher does. He's heading up top here. Is he going to be able to keep his composure? That's the question. High cross body from the top from Dasher Hatfield. 2. Oh! 2 count there for Dasher Hatfield.
Come on, Dasher.
And now, oh! Almost like a
that could be
rock bottom power bomb combo there. Gacy doesn't look too happy with his friend Mordecai trying to pick up a victory there. This may be that miscommunication we alluded to earlier.
the crack in the foundation. It was bound to happen eventually.
I thought we were cohesive.
A guy who believes like Mordecai, I mean, come on. Do you really think anybody wants to get along with this guy?
True. You know, a lot of wrestlers, you like to think you can get in their head and understand the psychology. Mordecai really lives by his own code, right?
But he wants it to be everyone else's code, and I think that's the problem that everyone has with it.
Maybe here feeling a little disrespect as Gacy pushing around here, getting into his face. These men who 90 seconds ago were working in harmony to take out.
Trying to win. Let me tell you something, Mordecai. I want to win too.
Oh, and Gacy, not mincing words, bluntly, bullishly, letting Mordecai know, I would like to come out on top here. Throwing Mordecai to the outside. Dasher here finally in a one-on-one situation with either of his opponents. Let's see if he can take advantage. Oh, whoa! Look at that. Almost looked like a Rough Rider type maneuver there from Gacy.
Oh, my.
What is going on? These two back and forth, almost like a Las Vegas Cirque du Soleil routine here. Dasher Hatfield. Whoa! Oh! Lethal injection there from Joe Gacy. Not enough for Dasher. Gacy here trying to look in there. Yes, the Rings of Terror.
That could be it.
From Joe Gacy.
Mordecai's back.
Wow. Mordecai wasn't about to let that stand there.
You poked me in my eyes.
Oh, Mordecai, eye for an eye, literally there, as he poked him back in the eyeballs.
Should have got more than an eye poke, quite frankly.
These fans at ringside running here is there. They could possibly be
Come on,
by a flying
Dasher.
wrestler at any moment. It's just unfortunate to see. Look, oh, go for the crucifix. His big finish. Can he hit it?
No.
Oh!
Come on, Dasher.
Big crucifix from Mordecai. Super kick from Gacy. Gacy looking to pick up. Wait.
There it is.
Dasher Hatfield.
He got it.
Quick roll up there onto Gacy. Just got a piece of him. It was enough to get that leverage. And by God, Dasher Hatfield overcame the odds and what looked like a handicap match from the get-go. He is the man to come out on top. We'll see him alongside Grimm in the finals tonight of the Phase 1 of the Darkest Timeline Championship. I can't believe it. Look at these children right there on their feet applauding for this man. Wow.
What heart, what determination. You know, it just goes to show at the end of the day, you can kick a man down, but with that heart, with that fight, with that resilience, at the end of the day, you can come out on top.
All resilience there, really just an unholy alliance there that was formed by Mordecai and Joe Gacy. Really, I had counted Dasher out a long time ago as he seemed like he was never going to get a chance to even get back onto his feet. But here he is, the winner, and Gacy and Mordecai. Well, I don't know. I think these two may not have had the last of each other. I don't know that either man is happy here and seem to be shame on the other for the loss.
You know, Mordecai didn't even win. Why is he up on the top rope? I mean, come on.
We have Gacy and Mordecai here exchanging words. I would not get in Mordecai's face, Chad.
Gacy, lay him out. There you go.
Oh, a big stunner there.
That's what he gets. He runs his mouth. He tries to push his beliefs on other people. That's what he had coming.
And he's mocking prayer now. What a man, Joe Gacy.
Look, I don't condone that, but I mean, Mordecai, he gets what he deserves.
Well, I wouldn't want to get on Joe Gacy's bad side. Light tubes, thumbtacks, steel chairs, barbed wires. Any door you open there with Joe Gacy is not going to be the one that's going to lead to a happy night out. That's for sure.
Most people would look at this match as David versus Goliath, right? But when you look at a guy like Keith Lee, you're going to think to yourself, he's going to be a powerhouse, right? He's just going to hit his big power moves on you, and that's it. But Keith Lee calls himself limited. So what that comes down to, the meaning behind that is, Keith Lee likes to believe that he can adapt to anyone's style. So if Sammy thinks he's going to do Lucha Libre, Keith Lee's going to do Lucha Libre too. If Sammy thinks he's going to do high flying, Keith's going to do high flying too. I mean, for a guy his size at 6'2", 300 pounds, Keith Lee could do it all, so Sammy's got quite the challenge ahead of him.
Absolutely, and you know, it is scary when you meet a guy that big like Keith Lee, a powerhouse like that, and that can do Lucha Libre, you just said. My God, I mean, wow. Sammy Guevara coming out, making a bold statement, double middle finger, and a big headbutt from Keith Lee, and Sammy Guevara is down.
Well, I mean, I think if Keith Lee wanted to pin him and end the match right now, he probably could, because that's a massive head.
Oh, absolutely. I would not want to be on the receiving end of a headbutt. Actually, talking to a friend recently, I'm co-host of Bischoff on Wrestling, Eric Bischoff, telling me that headbutts are the most painful move you could possibly ever experience, as it's so easy to get busted up top there when you take a nasty headbutt. Of course, potential concussions that can arise. So many dangerous things that come along with headbutts here. But now both men back on their feet. Keith Lee with a huge chop right across the chest of Sammy Guevara. Sammy trying to battle back. Keith Lee is looking at him like a fly on toast.
Yeah, you're going to have to do a little bit more than a couple of chops, Sammy.
Wow, even trying to do a tornado chop there from Sammy Guevara. Sammy questioning right now, what am I going to have to do to take this big man off his feet? Keith Lee. Once off the ropes, twice off the rope. Big flip from Sammy into a drop kick. Phases Keith Lee and Sammy Guevara on his feet. Rolls through. Pushes Keith into the corner here. Kind of a headbutt there to the lower back, followed by a Pele kick in the corner.
That'll stagger him.
Off the top, another drop kick. Man, Sammy Guevara, he is high flying. He is all over the place. He is through the ropes at Keith Lee. He's got him. He caught him. Didn't even phase him. Up for the power bomb. Sammy tried to fight it. Hurricane Rana. Head first goes Keith Lee into the ring apron. Sammy back off the ropes. Into a huge twisting dive over the top. Eats it through a steel chair. The fans here at Crown Point are on their feet. The Square Sports Academy shaking at its very foundation. This is obviously, or I think this is arguably the most energized we've seen the whole crowd here tonight. The referee going into that 10 count here, as you noted earlier, at a disadvantage here these wrestlers may be as they're having to play by the rules of a traditional one-on-one bout, unlike the triple threat we saw earlier here the evening. Keith Lee on the outside trying to get to his feet as Sammy circles the ring, maybe hoping for a count-out victory over the big man, but it doesn't look like he's going to get his way.
I'm surprised Keith got back in there because, you know, not a lot of people realize this, but the ring apron, that's the hardest part of the ring, and he cracked his head right into that apron based off that round from Sammy.
Absolutely. Well, Sammy now maybe hoping to harness a little bit of that energy, knowing that Keith Lee's been dazed by that big Hurricane Rana into the ring apron. And he's throwing these kicks right now. Reminiscent of a young Bryan Danielson there.
It's doing nothing. If anything, it's just making him upset.
Yeah, you know, with a guy like a guy of Keith's size here, if you're gonna hit him hard. Because if you're not gonna hit him hard enough, you're just gonna wake him up. And there's the pounce. There's the pounce from Keith Lee, sending Sammy Guevara flying to the outside there. And the referee starts his count again.
You know what? That comes with experience because Sammy's only been at this for 4 years. Keith has been at this for 12. It's just now over the last couple of years that Keith Lee's really getting the respect and the notoriety that he deserves in this business. Spent some time in Ring of Honor, now a big player for Evolve. I mean, look at him. He's got all the tools he needs to be a superstar in this business.
Absolutely. Keith Lee, a former Inspire Pro Pure Prestige champion and a VIP heavyweight champion. Of course, like I mentioned, he was in the finals of Bola, and right now he seems to be in decisive control over Sammy Guevara, putting all of his weight, standing square smack dab in the chest of Sammy Guevara right there.
You know, you look at a guy like Keith Lee, you just think he's a big, scary, intimidating individual, but I had a chance to talk to him a little bit earlier before the show, and I asked him, Keith, what inspired you in this industry? And he didn't name a particular superstar. He told me it came down to his grandmother, which that's something I was able to connect with him on. My grandma got me into the wrestling business, and Keith Lee had that same connection. His grandmother loved the sport of wrestling. That inspired him to follow a career in this business.
I wonder if Keith Lee's grandma taught him how to throw a big right-hand punch like that, because if she did good.
Grandmas are tough.
We would like to thank Grandma Lee for getting Keith into the business of professional wrestling, because he is really putting on a show here right now. Picks him up for a scoop slam and throws Sammy Guevara to the ring apron there. Sammy in a lot of pain right now. Yes, and grandma's, I've met a lot of people that grandma got me into pro wrestling. My grandma got me into pro wrestling. Yeah, absolutely. Go up into the attic where she kept the TV in the cable box, watching a couple pay-per-views through the old Scramble. Right? Remember the old Scramble pay-per-view?
Remember that. I tried to watch some scrambling, not just through wrestling, but oh wait.
Whoa, look at that. Keith Lee with a big toss, corner to corner, pillar to post.
We'll just stick to the subject of what's happening in the ring.
Absolutely. That's probably for the best, Greg.
You know, Keith Lee is taking his time. He's slowly dissecting Sammy, but if the opportunity presents itself, if Sammy just gets a little bit of a chance here, he can come out a big comeback, and that could be trouble for Keith Lee.
Absolutely. And you notice how long Keith gave Sammy to get to his feet there, as he, I think, wanted Sammy to feel a sense of relief, maybe as if he was getting his breath. Ew, that is the Grizzly Magnum there from Keith Lee.
Well, I don't care how much breath that Sammy was able to get before that splash in the corner. When you get hit with someone that massive coming at you full force in the corner of the ring, that's going to knock all the wind right back out of you.
Absolutely, and you know, those knife edge chops, they are quick, they are effective, they are efficient. But when you've got a man helpless there, and you've got the size of Keith Lee, and you can slam your paws down two at a time, you're going to take advantage of that. You're going to really put some damage in. Keith Lee taking a bow for the crowd, as he again just is making a rag doll out of Sammy Guevara here.
Those wheels are nasty.
Another big Freight Train Express right into the corner there. Wait a minute. Another Grizzly Magnum from Keith Lee.
I can feel that over here.
I had to stop chatting there for a moment, as Keith, of course, requested that everyone be quiet so we could hear the maximum impact again of his gigantic hands slamming down onto the chest of Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara here. Watching that second row.
Going to come back from this right now?
That's a good question. You tell me, Greg. I mean, you've again been down and out in many matches. What do you do? What do you think about to give yourself that energy?
I mean, sometimes you want to try to get the momentum of the crowd, but when it comes to it at the end of the day, the crowd's not in the ring with you. It's all about building your own momentum, finding a chance, an opportunity, and capitalizing, and that's what Sammy's doing right now.
Absolutely. A couple big boots right there to the face of Keith Lee. Keith Lee ran for another Freight Train Express in the corner, ate the second turnbuckle instead. Sammy sees an opening here. Big kick, kicking him like it counts, trying to leave a mark.
Is this the break that Sammy was looking for?
Keith Lee trying to cut off the flyer right now. Flies right into his face with a big knee. Sammy sees an opening. The crowd seems to be rallying behind him. Oh, and he's grabbed by the throat. What is Keith Lee? Oh, up and over. Another big knee from Sammy. You got to think, what is Sammy Guevara thinking?
No way.
What is he thinking?
Squatting 300 pounds.
My God.
That could be it.
My God. How can you not have respect for a guy able to pick up someone the size of Keith Lee.
You know, that just goes back to Keith Lee being slow and methodical, but at any given moment, in any given match, there could be a rapid turnaround.
You know, and that's the thing, is I walked into this match here expecting to see a Sammy Guevara trying to keep out of the hands of Keith Lee, trying to outpace the man, trying to run around. It is incredible to see him go heads on at Keith Lee, not even be intimidated by the power, if anything, saying, hey, anything you can do, Keith Lee, I can do better.
But you gotta think that the pain is setting in as he climbs to the top rope. You can tell he's winded, he's out of breath, he's been smashed multiple times by Keith. But Keith's a little staggered himself.
Is Keith Lee going to be able to... Oh! A shooting star press into a bear hug!
No.
Keith Lee throwing him like a sack of laundry! And it's time to take out that laundry, says Keith Lee! He's going for that power bomb! Sammy able to get out of it!
Big power slam!
Oh! And that ground zero! Oh!
So close.
Huge power slam there. Sorry, that was not the ground zero finisher. There is a big slam from Keith Lee. Lost to the action. His bodies are flying so quickly.
Look at the tights, limitless. We talked about it earlier. Keith Lee truly is living up to that name.
And you can hear it from the fans right now. They think this is awesome. Now I'll be damned if I don't as well.
He caught a man out of midair.
In a shooting star press into a bear hug. I have never seen that in my entire life.
I mean, the strength that requires, the timing, the state of mind, the presence.
And here we go, maybe setting up for that ground zero. Fired his carry into a jackknife powerbomb.
Oh.
Sammy had him scouted,
Taking
took him
down the
out
big
at the
man.
knees. Another big kick to the face. What is Sammy Guevara thinking of doing here?
Up there.
Man, once that guy gets to the top rope, he could be doing anything. Another shooting star press!
That could be it.
2. Keith Lee, wow. Catch a falling star, put him on the mat. That's exactly what Keith Lee did right there.
Unbelievable. If this crowd wasn't into this show so far, they're into it now.
Absolutely, you can hear right now the dueling Sammy and Keith Lee chants going back and forth. I'm a little surprised to hear the Crown Point fans so behind Sammy as he started off the match so aggressively, offensively by flipping off Keith Lee. Double bird right to the face. And now the disrespect, the soft kick to the back of the head. What is Sammy thinking here? Pushing this big man around. Are you trying to piss him off, Sammy?
You don't gotta like Sammy and his tactics, but you gotta respect his athletic ability and his will to win, to be successful here tonight and become maybe the Black Label Pro champ.
And I can understand why Sammy Guevara is so upset right now. I mean, look at that man's chest. That is a bright red chest. Those are a couple Grizzly Magnums from Keith Lee right there that did that damage. And Keith Lee firing back now. Some big forearms. A huge clothesline. Sammy Guevara doubled over.
Is that all? No.
Very close. I thought it might have been done there as well. Keith Lee digging down, wondering what he's going to have to do to put Sammy Guevara away. Is Sammy not making this easy for Keith?
Sammy's coming off, he's definitely confident in himself, but he's being a little bit of a showboat, maybe too showy, and that could backfire for him. And he had an advantage for a little bit, and now Keith Lee's back on top.
That's true. That's true. That emotion he showed early on, especially like we said with the double bird there. Emotion can be your worst enemy in a wrestling match, right?
Oh, for sure. You overthink the situation, you get a little too overconfident, and, your opponent could turn around on you in the blink of an eye.
Well, you got to wonder if that's what's going through Sammy's head right now, because he's got to see Keith Lee coming at him right there.
Oh!
Keith Lee with a big splash to the corner on the referee. The referee is down. You have Sammy and Keith here, and now a very dangerous environment, because when the ref goes down, when the cat's away, the mice will play.
That's true.
What does Sammy possibly have in mind, and what does Keith have in mind? Oh, Sammy Guevara with a low blow to Keith Lee. Oh, the running curb stop. Picks up the big man's big leg for the crowd chanting along. More than 5 seconds on the mat and the ref doing nothing.
You got to think, at first I thought to myself that was a smart move. You don't got to like it, but it's a smart move. But, a splash from a man that big taking out the ref, you had to think that he's not just going to recover in an instant from something like that. Backfired on Sammy big time.
That may have been Sammy's only opening there right now. I mean, this referee, are we going to get another referee out here? What is Black Label Pro management doing right now? Sammy Guevara making a gunshot head like he's going to shoot Keith Lee in the back of the skull, leave his brains splattered all over that ring. I wonder how Keith Lee feels about knowing that he's looking down the barrel of Sammy Guevara right now.
This could be a big mistake, though. That's 5, 10, 15 seconds. He could have done something.
Here we go! Oh my God! What a huge, thunderous, roaring elbow to the face! The referee calling for the bell!
Oh, wait a minute.
Is he disqualifying Keith Lee for ramming into him in the corner?
Are you kidding me?
We're going to need to get a clarification here as Kirby, our ring announcer, running to ringside, talking to the referee. We're going to get a final ruling here, but this bout is officially over. The bell has rung.
I got a bad
Winner of the
feeling.
match by result of a disqualification.
Give me a break.
Wow. Well, congratulations to Sammy Guevara. The referee's decision is final. What a very bad turn of luck here for Keith Lee.
You know, no one in the back likes that referee anyways. Brandon Toth, you're a piece of garbage.
Well, again, the referee's word is final, and to be fair, you know, this is exactly what you brought up earlier, Greg, in that triple threat match, right? If this had happened earlier at another opening qualifying round match, there wouldn't have been a DQ.
Absolutely.
We'd have seen a definitive finish. But because the rules are in play here in a singles bout, and look at Keith Lee, nothing sadder than looking at a man clutching his testicles knowing he just lost. What does Ernest the Cat Miller have in store for Black Label Pro fans here tonight? That's what I want to know.
You know, I'm a big fan of Ernest the Cat Miller, and, you know, actually, Nick, we have a lot in common. We both are movie stars. Ernest the Cat Miller was in The Wrestler back in 2008, and I've done a few films myself.
Oh, absolutely. I'd for sure say you guys are the same, Greg. You guys absolutely have the same acting background, 100%.
We're both members of the Screen Actors Guild. Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations, Greg. I'm very happy for you. I hope that's how you continue to get your health insurance for years to come, just like Terry Funk. Ernest the Cat Miller, of course, is a former 3-time world karate champion. As Greg said, he was in the film The Wrestler, and he also spent some time in the WWE. What a moment. What a legend.
This is going to be kind of hard. But I want to tell you people, everybody out here, that I hate this damn place. I hate this stinky ass place. I hate all you rednecks. I hate all you just trailer trash. I hate this damn place.
What is Ernest Miller saying right now? Ernest Miller, an uninvited guest of Black Label Pro.
Yeah, come on, man. Indiana sucks.
Well, the crowd seems
Let's be with me. Let's go the other way. I hate everybody in this building.
Ernest Miller not mincing words.
I've never seen so many ugly kids in my life. And the moms don't look good either. Well, I tell you what right here. All the guys are fat.
Hey, come on, that's Kirby, our ring announcer. Don't make fun of his weight.
Okay then, thanks. Shut up. I came here though for one reason, just to beat up somebody. Somebody. Don't make me call my mama.
Ho-ho!
And I don't care who it is, because I know all you guys are afraid. You guys should be afraid of this stuff.
3-time karate champion.
60 pounds of just all sexiness, you know.
3-time karate world champion.
But you know what?
Pardon
I'm
me.
gonna tell you guys right now. Shut up, boy. If you ever talk to me, say that again, I'm gonna come out there and pull you in this ring, and I'm gonna beat your ass all over this place.
What has crawled up into the craw of Ernest the Cat Miller?
Talk to me like that. And I mean that. You hear me? Take that damn toupee off too.
I'm sure that that's very
And I mean that. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. This is what kind of match is this? Let me know.
Challenge match. Challenge anybody.
I can challenge anybody?
Anybody.
I hope he challenges you, Miller.
I am just thinking this man is going to kick me right now, and I do not want to be challenged by Ernest Miller. There are a couple very willing participants here in the crowd that seem to want to get into the ring with Ernest the Cat, and I would suggest that you not do that.
I don't want none of that beer. That's what I don't want. That's the worst beer I've ever seen.
Neck beard.
There's nothing wrong with a little neck beard, Greg.
Excuse me, ma'am. Oh. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna call somebody out here, a professional. I'm telling you, I'm in this time. I want to beat somebody who can fight back. What's the name of this thing?
Black Label Pro.
Who? Okay,
Ernest.
let me know something. Let me know something. I can play that shit up in here.
Wow, Ernest the Cat is not playing that shit.
But you know what? What I've seen since I've been here, you look bad. The wrestling is something. I'm looking in the back. Ain't nobody back there to challenge me. It's nobody. Black Label Pro suck, just like you. It's just like everybody here.
Now this is a very...
Wait.
Oh my God, it's all ego, Ethan Page! What is all ego, Ethan Page, doing in the Black Label Pro building? He's going to be at Evolve here later tonight. We didn't know that he was going to be here. What is Ethan Page doing here?
What in the hell are you doing? Ain't but two of us in here.
Ernest Miller not even really taking note of Ethan Page. I think he needs to take this man a little more seriously. Ethan Page, former WWN Live Evolve champion. This is a guy who has been to the top of the mountain.
Is this all you got? This is all you have.
Ernest Miller's a big Hollywood movie star. Come on.
I tell you what. Bring him in.
Whoa!
Ernest Miller accepting the challenge, I guess, here from All Ego Ethan Page. Ethan Page got a chuckle on his going on right now. And I guess we are going to have... Oh! We've got ourselves a little bit of a bout as Ethan Page gets off the first shot. Big clubbing right hands in the face of the legend, Ernest the Cat Miller, one of those underappreciated WCW superstars of all time, three-time karate world champion. And All Ego is all the way in control of this bout right here from the get-go. Ernest the Cat Miller hasn't even had a chance to take off his karate gi yet.
You know, you should respect Ernest the Cat Miller because, fun fact for you, he trained and taught karate to your buddy's son, Garrett Bischoff.
I believe that Ernest the Cat Miller may have taken a plate of hot dogs and thrown him into the face of Ethan Page there. As
Gotta do what you gotta do.
He seems to be doing the monkey claw or some other animal pose here.
That's a karate pose. He's a world karate champion. That's also a karate pose. Some might think he's begging for mercy, but that's actually another karate pose.
I was about to say here, it looks to me like Ernest Miller bit off more than he could chew. A big low blow, and the referee, of course, right away, calling for the bell. Ethan Page with a DQ victory over here of Ernest the Cat Miller after Ernest Miller intentionally got himself disqualified.
Wait, did he low blow? My monitor went out.
Oh, wow. No, he is and he's going after the referee now. What is going through the mind of Ernest the Cat Miller? You're an invited guest to Black Label Pro. Fans came excited to see you. He tries to go for that big super kick. Ethan Page ducks. More clubbing blows to the face. Shoots him into the corner. Ernest Miller turns it around. Ethan Page up and over. Coming back with another big right hand. Ernest Miller cuts to the outside. And he says, I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
That's just disrespectful.
I'll never come back to damn place again.
Ethan Page grabbing chairs. Throwing them at Ethan Page.
Where you going?
Those are some very fine chairs, Mr. Miller.
Shut up.
You know, this guy could be out in Hollywood right now eating dinner with Chris Pratt, but he's here.
All Ego, Ethan Page.
Disrespectful.
Well, Chris Pratt is single now. Anna Faris left him, so I'm sure Chris Pratt would love to have dinner with Ernest the Cat Miller.
I've got something that sounds way better in these people's ears, and that's my goddamn voice.
Surprise, surprise, there was a microphone within 3 feet of the ring, and Ethan Page has got it in his hand.
Ernest the Cat Miller's running off to. You had an open challenge, and out I came. And you want to call yourself a cat? Dog, you ain't got no 9 lives. You have 1, and that's why you ran away like a pussy.
Whoa. Wow.
Hey.
You want to try to company on his first night with all these great men that came to support? One up, if not the most unique and talented locker room on the independents today.
There it is, from the words of Ethan Page, from the mouth of Ethan Page.
You don't have to come back, but old ego, he sure as hell is coming back, and I know when it's all back in the tournament.
What?
And there it is, Ethan Page coming back October 21st. He'll be in the building here for Black Label Pro Phase 2 Darkest Timeline Championship Tournament.
Hey, look, I like Ethan Page, that's fine, but Ernest the Cat Miller is a legend, okay? He's lucky that his hair isn't longer because Ernest Miller not only would have knocked Ethan Page out, if he would have had a ponytail, much like he did to Jerry Flynn, he would have cut his ponytail off.
One of the marquee matchups here for Black Label Pro's debut. Filthy Tom Lawlor. Let's run it down here. Tom Lawlor is a current UFC light heavyweight competitor. He has a record of 10-6-1 in the UFC. They call him Filthy because he fights dirty. He's a showman. He's been known to imitate his competitors at weigh-ins at UFC events. He is also known as a cast member on Spike TV's The Ultimate Fighter, featuring the season of Team Nagara versus Team Mir. One of the most accomplished names on the pro wrestling scene today. And I cannot wait to see him in action against the man who's about to come to the ring right now.
Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Mount up. It was a and his opponent, King of Bros,
Yes, of course, as our ring announcer Kirby just mentioned, Matt Riddle, known as the King of the Bros, also made a name for himself on Spike TV's The Ultimate Fighter. He was featured in Season 7. He was on a 4-fight winning streak in the UFC before he was controversially suspended for marijuana use. He really seemed to enjoy that enough to say, I don't need to be here anymore. I'm going to transition over to a wackier, wilder, more risky world of professional wrestling. He is a 2016 Wrestling Observer Rookie of the Year. He debuted at the Monster Factory in 2015. Matt Riddle has appeared for pretty much every prominent non-WWE professional wrestling organization in the past few years. Progress, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, CZW, Evolve, Rev Pro, and many more. He is the current inaugural WWN champion, and already the Bro Chants are underway here.
Oh yeah, they're heavily behind Matt Riddle.
Sent me here, and this is the respect I get. This is what I have to deal with.
That's true. That's true. That's the respect you get. Look, you could be seeing this match in the UFC, but you're seeing it here tonight for the first time ever at Black Label Pro.
Absolutely. This is the first time matchup here between two legitimate badasses. I mean, if you're a bar and you see one of these guys, don't accidentally spill a drink on him because you might wind up in a pile of your own blood on the barroom floor. And that is exactly what I'm expecting between these two men here right now. I am expecting a fight. I am expecting a brawl between these two men. Now, a lot of pro wrestlers, they learn a lot of different things when they're coming up. They learn how to do different moves. It's a little bit different for a UFC grappler here. They have to adjust their style to be able to compete with pro wrestlers, but not the case here today, as both these men know the ins and outs of how to fight in the UFC. And right now, we see him going back and forth, a little chain wrestling to start it off. Tom Riddle got his legs wrapped around Tom Lawlor, Matt Riddle now on top of Tom, and these two just continuing to roll around looking for position here. Now on top, Tom Lawlor trying to find his way to get his arm up and under, looking for maybe a heel hook here now. Yes, he's got it. Nope. Matt Riddle manages to pull out. Tom Lawlor with a real wide spread on Matt Riddle's legs here.
It's really just a feeling out process right now.
Absolutely. Matt Riddle, he's got him here in a leg bar. Got it cinched in tight. It does look like maybe Matt's strategy here is to try to weaken Tom at the legs, keep him off his feet. And this is already a game that's gone to the ground.
It's a chess game when it comes down to it. I mean, like I said, they're both jockeying position.
I saw Matt Riddle there. Yep, there it is. I knew. Like a snake in the grass, he lifts that leg up there and he's looking for the right chance to strike. Kicking him with the heel right in the face. Tom Lawlor did not take to that. He's already back on top and he's looking to get control. Matt Riddle now going back and forth. Behind him, rear naked choke. Tom Lawlor now reversed out of it. He's got the rear naked choke in. Matt Riddle gets to the ropes. The referee's going to have to break these two apart, and they are going back to their feet.
You know, you talk about the experience of Matt Riddle over the past couple years, but you know, not a lot of people realize Tom Lawlor actually started as an independent wrestler before he entered the UFC, so he had a background going into this 10, 15 years ago.
Absolutely, you know, and that's the thing is maybe Tom Lawlor does have an edge here experience-wise, but Matt Riddle, like a fish to water, has taken to professional wrestling like no other athlete in modern history. Again, walking away easily with that 2016 Wrestling Observer Rookie of the Year award and has really made the most of it ever since. Look at those punches there, stiff straight to the jaw of Tom Lawlor. Back on top, Tom again reversing here, looking to get that chokehold in, and he has tried to slow the game down here a little bit. Matt Riddle maybe been a little too wily. Tom trying to wear him down here with a front face lock. And he's and what right now Tom is trying to do is he's trying to get his arm underneath Matt's chin so he can cut off that airflow. Of course, didn't have the chance here as Matt has reversed it and has got back on top here. And I mean, really been trying to get some stiff strikes here on Tom, not just with his feet. Now we're seeing him use that elbow to drive into the rib cage there.
Just trying to wear him down. If you're hitting him in the ribs, you're knocking the wind out of him.
Now, Greg, I mean, you get into a match here with a guy like Matt and Tom, UFC guys. What's the difference? What are you expecting that you think could be unexpected?
I mean, what it comes down to is, like, you know, first and foremost, that they're trained in submission wrestling. They're trained in amateur wrestling. You know, they're more of the ground and pound. And if you're not ready for that type of combat, I mean, it comes down to, we talked earlier how Keith Lee is able to adjust his style to any competitor. Not all wrestlers can do that. When you're in there with a guy with MMA experience, MMA background, UFC background, you have to adjust to them. You have to adjust to them in the beginning, and then as it goes on, if you can make them derive from their game plan and kind of work with you from a wrestling perspective, you know, and kind of take them off their game, that's when you can get a little bit of success against these guys.
Yeah, and Matt Riddle, man, that guy is happier than a clam right now. You can tell he enjoy getting in there with a guy like Tom, rolling around, playing that mental chess game, that physical chess game here.
He's the king of bros. He's calm, cool, and collected.
That's true. He is the king of bros here.
Likes to smoke that chiba.
Yeah, well, let's see. He's hitting him with a bro kick. Tom Lawlor responded with an kick of his own there, a filthy kick. A couple bro punches to the midsection there. Bro slaps to the face. Ooh, Tom Lawlor saying, here's something we don't get to do in an octagon. Let's show our strength.
Leaving each other wide open. That's a little different than UFC.
Yeah, well, you're not going to... Again, this is the difference here. Pro wrestling is as much a mental game as it is a physical game. And right now, each of these guys trying to get the edge on each other. It's a knife edge chop, but who's going to throw it harder? Who's going to throw it more precisely? An overhand chop there from Riddle, upping the game here now. Again, an overhand chop, just like what Tom threw. A little bit more fire behind it. Knife edge chop, overhead, knife edge, knife edge, knife edge. We got an elbow to the face. These two are breaking down. We got a war between these two in the middle of the ring as they're going back and forth. We've moved from elbows to kicks. Matt Riddle responded with a bro kick of his own. It's getting dirty. It's getting filthy in the middle of that ring right now. Matt Riddle sees us coming.
Out of nowhere.
Drops down with that kick. And the crowd is going bro wild.
Forearms weren't doing the job, so that kick really put Lawlor in his place. I'll tell you that right now.
That's right, Matt Riddle, man, you know. He sees an opening here. What's he got planned? A huge overhand elbow to the face. T-bone suplex up and over the top. Matt Riddle feeling the energy from this crowd here. Tom Lawlor in a compromising position. Standing swanton from Matt Riddle as he goes to the pin.
And you know, these guys are so evenly matched. I mean, when you look at it on paper, Tom Lawlor, 6 foot tall, 205 pounds, 74-inch reach. You got Matt Riddle, 6'1", 216 pounds, 76-inch reach. I mean, these guys, like I said, in the UFC, you could have seen this match. But it's not happening in the UFC. It's happening right here, right now, Black Label Pro.
And you saw Matt Riddle hit a side suplex there on Tom Lawlor, rolled over, picks him up again. Are we going to see another side suplex here? Looks that way. Back-to-back shades of Eddie Guerrero there. Multiple suplexes in a row, making it his own. Of course, Matt Riddle has not always been on top of the world. Of course, he's back in the day, a former roofer who by night was training to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He had no money. He was training at the Rat Pack Gym in Palmerton, Pennsylvania. And here he is. He tried for a big move. Tom Lawlor caught him. He's got that guillotine choke locked in right now.
Looked like he went for a back senton, which I feel is a little uncharacteristic, and that really backfired on him.
Absolutely. You see that locked in right now. Tom has his grips to the side of Matt's head right now. Got that forearm cinched in right underneath the chin, cutting off that wind, that breathing in Matt Riddle. Matt got to his feet. Gonna try to figure out a way to shake Tom Lawlor off. Tom with a kick right there. Into a German suplex. Matt Riddle. He don't care. Another German suplex.
He's feeling
Matt
no
Riddle
pain.
feeling the power of the bro. And bro down. Bro hawk down. Into a third German suplex there, and that one seems to have really rattled Matt Riddle.
That really sank in.
Tom Lawlor. Hard to think that after 3 huge German suplexes, you weren't going to pick up a win, but Matt Riddle, tough as nails, tougher than a $2 steak, so to speak. Tom Lawlor here ripping away at that arm.
Matt Riddle can act like those suplexes weren't having any effect on him. What it comes down to is, if you're controlling the head, you're controlling the body. When you're taking a German suplex like that, your brain is getting rattled, especially in the day and age we're living in now, where we know the effect of concussions. You got to think that Matt Riddle, he's a little loopy right now because of those.
Absolutely, looks very loopy on his feet, little dazed. Tom Lawlor thundering down with even more crushing blows to the head. Signals for a big overhead forearm elbow shot of his own as Matt Riddle hit earlier in the night. Throws Matt Riddle right there onto his butt, and then boom, over the head. Neck breaker, followed by a low clothesline, looking for the victory again.
Great combination.
I thought it was interesting earlier when you said if you control the head, you control the body, and it's like a snake.
Absolutely. Look, if you can't function, if you can't mentally function, you're out of the game. You could take a guy's legs out, but that heart, that determination, you can make a comeback. But if you're unconscious, there's not much you can do, man.
And Matt Riddle going at those ribs now. This is something you'd commonly see in a UFC fight. Of course, you want to try to weaken the core of your opponent. And Matt Riddle with a fireman's carry into the bro to sleep. BTS into a bridging German. Oh my God, how was Tom Lawlor able to kick out of that?
That was close.
Oh my God, that bro to sleep has put so many bros to sleep. I am shocked to see Tom Lawlor kick out of that right there. Matt Riddle talking to him a little before this. A bro kick to the chest.
Come on!
Another bro kick to the chest.
Trying to cave in that chest. Tom
Yes, talked to Matt before this match, and I said, Matt, another bro kick to the chest. I said, Matt, what are you trying to do out there tonight? He said, I'm going to bro hit it with bro everything I've got, and you better put the word bro in front of every move. And bro, is he not getting up from that? Oh, he is on his feet. Ducks, big clothesline.
Clothesline his head off.
Oh my goodness, right here. This is quite a battle we've got between these two men. Huge sit-out power powerbomb from Tom Lawlor. You're not going to see that inside an octagon. And Matt Riddle is not going down easy. Matt Riddle here, he looks like he's seen a ghost. He doesn't even look like he knows where he is. And Tom Lawlor, he is going for the attack.
Oh, he's going to dump him on his head again.
You can see he wants that German. Matt Riddle fighting out with some elbows. Tom Lawlor firing back. Goes for a German. Matt Riddle up and over the top.
Oh.
Huge running knee to the face. Picks him up. Drops him into a package bomb. Small package bomb to the side. If there was a kitchen sink, I think Matt Riddle would throw it at him right now.
The guts, the determination of Tom Lawlor right now to kick out of something like that. Ridiculous.
Matt Riddle here, it certainly looks like he's got some confidence. He's assuming that fighting stance, looking to hit some big blows. A couple to the face, a lot to the chest. Trying to weaken him in the ribs and the abdomen. Tom Lawlor with kicks of his own, or punches of his own, kick to the knee. Matt Riddle, and he's got him in the triangle choke. Matt Riddle in the triangle choke. Tom Lawlor saying, I'm not done.
He's got to get to the ropes.
What is Tom Lawlor going to do here? Picks him up.
Deadlift.
Oh,
Powerbomb.
that is about the only way to drive. Oh, and look at that. Just like a snake, Matt Riddle. He's got himself wrapped around the head of Tom Lawlor. He's cinched in that triangle choke, and he is not going to let it go.
Deadlift him again.
Tom Lawlor saying, get off me, Matt Riddle. And Matt Riddle saying, hell no.
Don't break it.
Right now, you see him. He's got him at Hell's Gate. And Tom Lawlor is fighting with everything he's got. And a pinball.
Is that three?
Oh, my goodness.
Was that three?
Tom Lawlor rolling over Matt Riddle while he is trapped in that submission maneuver.
I don't know about that, Nick. It looked like Riddle had a shoulder up there.
I heard that ring bell. I saw the ref call for it. Tom Lawlor took a compromising position, and with Matt Riddle probably not even realizing where he was, picked up the victory. My God, that is one of the greatest wrestling matches I have ever had the honor of watching. And Matt Riddle there, showing respect to Tom Lawlor. These two men, they gave it all they had. The fans here in Crown Point know it. They're cheering them on. And look at these two, a little friendly jaw-jacking as if to say, I have not seen the last of you. And wow, Tom Lawlor.
What a match.
He will be in the finals here tonight alongside Simon Grimm, alongside Dasher Hatfield. Tom Lawlor will be back in action on October 5th at MLW's One Shot, taking on Matt Riddle's chosen bros partner, Jeff Cobb. And as Tom told me earlier this week, he wants to go 2-0 against the chosen bros. And he is well on his way after a huge victory over a very sweaty Matt Riddle.
What a performance by Matt.
Ringing the bell. I'm gonna make this third point shot. Here we go.
That's where she wanted it. Right.
One more time. One more time. There we go.
Rory here, already going toe-to-toe here with pretty much all of the men in the match. We can see Donovan, GPA, Rory,
Leva Bates isn't falling for this little scam here. She's lying in waiting on the top rope.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of people may be counting her out just because she's a woman, but she is woman. Hear her roar as she jumps with a high crossbody onto both Dominic and Donovan here. Rory and GPA encouraging her here, but don't get too comfortable, guys. Don't get lost in the beauty of Leva Bates, as she is here to pick up a win. She wants to be the champion just like everybody else in this match.
You know, if Leva Bates and Space Monkey form a tag team, they'd be called Space Jam.
And 1 second here. Check out that shot from Dominic onto Leva. I shouldn't feel bad because she's a girl, but I do. That is not a way to treat a lady. Greg, stay here. We're going to need you to cover this. Dominic here trying trying to take Rory out at the knees here, maybe get him on the ground, looking for more of a submission-based offense here.
Don't count Dom out, though. I know Dom quite well. He's from the Ohio area. He's trained by Gargano and Candace LeRae. He's only been wrestling for about a year and a half, but man, he's got a wealth of experience under his belt wrestling guys like BJ Whitmer and Jimmy Rave and Zack Sabre Jr.
Now, you see Dominic, he's got this athletic tape on his back. A lot of wrestlers wear this now. Is it a sign of weakness?
You know, I think it's kind of like a bullseye, quite frankly. I mean, I've never wore that tape. I do occasionally have some shoulder problems. I hear that it helps, but in my mind, it just kind of pinpoints where your opponent wants to go.
Yeah, well, of course, Rory doing some amazing yoga here, but Donovan Danhausen cut him off. Big kick to the side of the head there. Donovan mocking the amazing Rory Gulak here. He's the one that wants to get some time with Dominic in the ring. And GPA saying, not so fast, I've got an idea. Why don't we make this a three-way right now? I want to get involved. GPA up, down, double DDT from GBA.
Teaching these two some lessons, huh?
Absolutely teaching lessons here. These guys are going to have some homework later as they're going to have to go back and figure out how did GPA get one up on two men at the same time. GPA showing a lot of fire here. Big forearms, big elbows, going for that fireman's carry. Flapjack right out there. GPA calling to the crowd saying, show me some love. I need that energy right now if I'm going to compete with all four of these wrestlers right now in this match. Whoa, that's a real easy way to break a calf right there. For sure. Donovan looking to her neck breaker. GPA turns around. He caught him twice under the chin and once with a big stunner. Reverse neck breaker all the way to the mat. And GPA looks like he's got this all figured out here. Maybe he's the one who did his homework. Not necessarily.
Big German.
Didn't see Dominic coming up behind him there, but don't discount Leva here. Leva looking, she somersaults into the ring. Spear to Dominic, and Dominic rolling to the outside right now as he's trying to catch his breath. Leva yelling at him right now, saying, I'm here to play with the big boys. Don't count me out. As Rory Gulak now is the one to try to get his hands on Leva bait.
What's going on here?
What is happening here? Rory, Leva, and GPA forming some kind of a... Wow. Maybe insinuating they'd like to see Leva be the winner here as they raise their hands in the ring.
They want that.
Whoa! Not at all. They lift Leva over their head.
Oh!
Pitch her to the outside. She takes down Dominic and Donovan. Say those two names 5 times fast.
No, thank you.
Rory. What a cheat shot artist there.
Hey, Rory outsmarting the smart guy.
Hey, look, he was trying to show it. He didn't outsmart him. He straight up lied to him, right? He said, let's be friends here, and then tried to pick up a pin. GPA now, his trust having been taken advantage of, is on the outside wondering what he got himself into. Dominic looking for a suplex here. Rory with an amazing counter. He's got his amazing feet in the air with his amazing shiny silver boots, and amazingly, Donovan Danhausen comes into the ring here.
Little assist here.
As we see these two men try for the suplex. Rory refusing to go down that easy. GPA sees an opening here. Maybe they can, he's saying we can level the odds here. Even the odds. These two looking for a double overhead suplex.
Oh, there's my pick. She's back.
What is Leva thinking here? She's going to get on the action. We have all 5 engaged in lockups in the moment. Oh, 2 bodies high, 3 bodies low. We have ourselves a triple double suplex in the middle of the ring. Did I call that one right? A triple double?
Wrong sport. Right sport? I don't know. I don't watch fake sports.
50-50 shot. I got that one right. Again, GPA and Rory signaling to Leva as if she is.
No, you're sorry? I'm sorry.
Leva chastising GPA and Rory Gulak.
Okay. We're cool.
Oh, wow. Oh, smart and beautiful.
Rubbing it into the face of Rory. Another stunner. Wow. Leva here getting one over on all the boys, and she seems to be the one in the driver's seat right now. Rory Gulak saying, this isn't amazing. This is amazing. I'm going to catch you midair.
Dom, be professional. Cop on the field, pushing her off the top rope.
Dominic Danhausen with a drop kick, shoving Leva into Rory's chest here as they hit to the ground. GPA. Oh, wow, going with a forward DDT there.
More of a snapmare driver, but a big knee from Dominic Garrini.
Dominic. Oh! Dominic with a package pile driver of GPA. Dominic Danhausen stopping Rory from getting into the ring.
Amazing.
And GPA is down.
Dom with the least experience, but the victor. He's the one that came out on top here.
Dominic with the win here in a chaotic five-way match. Picking up his high fives.
You might say that the GPA just went down a little bit.
Well, you know, I hope it is the academic standard. I hope they didn't have a couple IQ points shaved off there as he took a really...
He was okay.
I hope GPA is okay, too. I mean, he took a gnarly looking package pile driver there and got dropped right on the back of his head. He looks a little dazed here as Leva bait helping him to his feet.
Hey, my neck hurts too. My neck hurts too. Maybe I should have Leva check on me.
Greg, I really think you should stay in your seat.
Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Nope, Greg, I'm going to need you to stay right here. Man, I hope GPA gets looked at afterwards here. Really, that was a devastating looking pile driver. And yeah, the surprise win, I would say, there from Dominic Garrini. Of the Black Label Pro roster, super crazy, of course, going worldwide for his time in AAA, the WWE, and of course, most notably, gaining exposure here in America for his time in ECW. Cannot wait to see Super Crazy in action here in just a moment against this band coming through the curtains right this moment.
I'm a lonely freak.
And his opponent from Seattle, Washington,
And all the way
Darby
to get what
I get a weird vibe from Darby Allin.
Oh, he's a little off, that's for sure. But he's been through a lot in his lifetime.
It kind of feels like if Darby liked your shoes, he might stab you and take your shoes.
I mean, look, anything's possible with this guy. He's different to say the least.
Well, Darby Allin is, of course, a semi-professional skateboarder. He has tattoos all over his body. He uses his body as a weapon and has really no regard for himself. Currently, Darby is living out of his car in Atlanta. He doesn't want a home. He prefers to live on the road. He is a modern-day gypsy, and we'll see how that plays off here. I mean, Super Crazy is a seasoned professional, and he has certainly seen it all. But we'll see if he's seen anything like Darby Allin here tonight. I mean, again, I don't know what to make of this guy.
I don't know if I've seen anything like Darby Allin. I mean, look, I was talking to him a little bit earlier. I was trying to get inside the mind of Darby, and that's hard to do. But I asked him, why do you paint only half of your face? And he told me, I feel like half of me is dead inside. And I mean, the guy's been through some traumatizing things as a child at 5. His uncle, who was drunk driving, died in a car accident. Darby was in that car with his uncle. His uncle, unfortunately, passed away. Darby, somehow, survived.
Absolutely, and the tattoos on his bodies reflect that, of course. Well, he says that the tattoos represent that, you know, nothing's over till you're underground. He also lives a drug-free lifestyle, which is made known in his tattoos. Again, all of these tattoos inspired by the horrific and traumatic incident that you just described with his uncle there. So Darby is a man unchained. This is a guy who is capable of anything. He's got a clear head, a clear mind, and an unpredictable personality, and super crazy, doing what he does best here. Getting out of precarious situations, and an arm drag here from Darby Allin, putting the veteran on his toes. Super Crazy responding with an arm drag of his own. Goes to the pin. Darby Allin kips up. Super Crazy stares him down. We have two men going head-to-head here.
We got a standoff. I'll tell you what, nothing's over until you're underground. That's the tattoo that's on his chest that you pointed out right there. And I tell you what, Darby Allin is going to beat Super Crazy or he's going to die trying.
Well, it's interesting here because Super Crazy, of course, has been seen by millions of individuals over the years. Of course, as I said, for his time in WWE and TNA. But Darby Allin has actually had a little national exposure as well. He's been featured on MTV's Ridiculousness, and believe it or not, he was featured in an episode of TLC's Sex Sent Me to the ER. This man has been injured while having sex, believe it or not.
What kind of stuff are you watching, Nick?
Hey, I just did my research here. I found out a little bit about Darby, and I actually asked Darby a little bit about that. We can talk about it later. Huge reversal as Darby Allin kicks off the top rope, sends his feet to the sky, and drops Super Crazy down. Super Crazy, not a fan of Darby Allin's antics right now. Slams his chest. He is super! And Darby Allin is crazy. A quick leap and a suicide somersault dive to the outside from Darby Allin to Super Crazy. Darby Allin laying Super Crazy out there along the side of the ring, looking to inflict damage.
You got to be impressed by the way that Darby is taking this fight to the hardcore icon, Super Crazy. I mean, when you look back at the history of ECW, a lot of people talk about those classic matches between RVD and Jerry Lynn, but let's not discount the match between Super Crazy and Tajiri. I mean, this guy's had some classic matchups.
Yeah, and it looks like Super Crazy here, using a couple of the tricks he's learned on the road, traveling all over the world, his time in Mexico, Japan, North America, really pretty much every continent, country you can think of. Super Crazy spent time in it and wrestling on that blonde land. Darby Allin rolling back to the ring, trying to escape Super Crazy here. Super Crazy saying, you know what, let's get Super Crazy. Now, again, Grimm, this is a singles match. These men are not supposed to be using foreign weapons here.
Nope. You better be careful, or else that's going to be a disqualification for sure, and your chance to become the Black Label Pro Champion are over.
Oh, now Keith Lee. Lee was disqualified earlier in the evening for running into a referee, yet the referee here seems to be turning a blind eye to Super Crazy's antics as he slams that chair right in the face of Darby Allin.
You know, that's funny because I tried to get some comments from Super Crazy earlier about this match, and he acted as though he couldn't speak any English at all. But it was pretty clear what he just said to Darby Allin before he drop-kicked that chair.
Absolutely. Well, Darby Allin probably wondering himself, why the hell haven't I won this match already? And he's going to have to figure out a way to get one over on Super Crazy here in a match where it seems to be a kangaroo court when it comes to the rules. Is Super Crazy going for that tarantula made famous by Tajiri?
Come on, ref, you
And there it is, the referee giving that 5 count here.
Wow.
Are you going to let him go with that one too, ref?
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I mean, come on. You let the chair go. You give him a relaxed 5 count. I mean, give me a break, ref.
Well, for whatever reason, the match rolls on here. Super Crazy still in control. Darby Allin crawling, begging to get his fingertips on those ropes to escape the clutches of Super Crazy, who's going for that surfboard stretch now.
You know, that's a smart move by Super Crazy. I don't know if he did his research going into this match, but back at Evolve in April, Darby Allin actually fractured his elbow when he got hit with a chair by Ethan Page. So you gotta wonder, how much is that elbow healed since April?
Great question, Greg. We have no idea, but what we do know right now is that Super Crazy's elbows seem to be working just fine as he pulled back Darby Allin there in that surfboard stretch. Super Crazy does a quick thank you to the crowd. It seems like maybe he's got something in mind here right now. He sees an injured opponent on the ground here. What's he going to do with them? Darby Allin saying nothing. I ain't injured. I ain't down. I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to turn this around. Throw Super Crazy with a couple high knees to the back of Darby Allin. Darby Allin is pissed off. Runs right into a straight kick, a super kick there from Super Crazy. And Darby is down. Super Crazy has really not lost control of this bout for much of it here.
Well, it all comes down to experience. I mean, Darby's only been at this for about 3 years. Super Crazy, I mean, he's got a couple decades under his belt.
Huge! Super Crazy pulling Darby Allin in over the top rope with an over-the-head suplex off the second rope. Wow. You think you've seen everything in a guy like Super Crazy, and occasionally he pulls out something like that. You never stop learning. He never stops adding moves to his arsenal. Darby Allin takes a back elbow to Super Crazy in the corner. Super Crazy with a missed clothesline, another missed clothesline. Darby Allin with a headbutt to the gut. Somersault. Into a somersault powerbomb.
Code Red, baby. Oh, so close. Darby being smart, staying on him.
After a few high-impact moves here, Darby Allin cinching in his own finishing maneuver here. That is called the Last Supper. That is a bridging pin move that he's come up with.
That's it.
And Darby Allin using that Last Supper to serve up super crazy something he doesn't want to eat. A loss.
Didn't expect that. That came out of nowhere.
What is happening?
Your winner of the match, Darby Allin.
What is going on here? Super crazy, throwing a fit after having a victory snatched from him by Darby Allin. Darby Allin doesn't seem to care how super crazy feels. Darby Allin up on his feet, and he's the winner here.
I don't know what happened there, but that sounded like plain English once again by Super Crazy. And then I saw his face, and now I'm a believer.
We've got Everett here, who's obviously very into himself. Kind of resembles Justin Bieber in a way. Everett was trained by Michael Elgin, and his finisher is known as the mic drop. He is a former pro wrestling resurgent champion, and he is going to be facing some very, very stiff competition here tonight.
I had a long talk with Everett Connors before the show, and he absolutely loves Justin Bieber. And I asked him, Everett, if you could say one thing to Justin Bieber, what would it be?
Look at that smile there. Smile a mother could love, and your girlfriend's mother could love, you know? That baby face right there, that Bieber wannabe Everett Connor, you know, I can't imagine him in a violent position. I can't imagine him in danger.
Well, he's going to be in a lot of danger right now. He better enjoy and love Justin Bieber while he can. He told me that he finds Bieber to be his Lord and Savior. Well, right now, he might have to bow down to another man.
The Sandman is a record-holding, 5-time ECW World Heavyweight Champion. He's a former WWE, TNA, and WCW superstar as well. He is a hardcore icon and was inducted into the Hardcore Hall of Fame in 2007. Where's my beer, Sandman? I want some beer.
Hey, let me tell you something right now. I'm not going to go into too many details, but the Sandman owes me $10 from 2005. And you know what? If he comes over here, I'm going to do something that I should have did back in 2005. Nick, I'm going to have you collect that money for me.
Sure, Greg. I'll make sure to have it to you by the end of the night. The Sandman is, of course, one of the most fan-friendly, fan-favorite wrestlers in the history of professional wrestling. Currently standing on top of the chairs outside the ring, dishing out free drinks of beer, letting the fans fill their gullets with delicious whatever he's got tonight. Bud Light, Coors Light, it doesn't matter. He's having a party. And, of course, the Sandman is known not for his technical or high-flying prowess. Of course, the Sandman known to beat you down. Not to say that this man can't hit a swanton bomb, but let's be honest here. The scariest part of the Sandman's offense is that kendo stick.
Absolutely. I mean, when you look at the Sandman's in-ring work, you might call it a little messy, a little unorthodox, but at the end of the day, if he's got that kendo stick, that figure 4K, he gets the job done.
Of course, that kendo stick has made men out of boys, most notably Tommy Dreamer. Probably owes his entire career to that kendo stick right there. As he let the world know, I am tough as nails, Tommy Dreamer. And if everyone else is scared of the Sandman and his kendo stick, bring it on, Sandman. Beat the piss out of me. I'll come back stronger. Something says to me, Everett Connor, well, I don't know if he's going to be able to dig down and find that fighting spirit that made Tommy Dreamer so famous after his encounters with the Sandman.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Everett Connors and Tommy Dreamer are built quite different, and I got a feeling that after one shot from that cane, Everett Connors isn't going to be saying, thank you, sir, may I have another?
Oh, yeah, well, of course, Everett Connor has that very pale, white, Justin Bieber-like skin, and if he is unfortunate enough to be on the receiving end of a kendo shot here tonight, which seems very likely, we might see some huge welts sprouting up around Connor's back in front.
Hey, you never know. Connors can get in there, and he might just tell Sandman to go rub himself.
Maybe. You're right, Greg. Maybe he'll be able to get one over here on the Sandman. Sandman here asking for the name of his opponent. He has no idea who he's fighting here right now. Just another name on the list here for the Sandman.
I mean, look, of course he's disrespectful, Everett. I mean, he's under the influence. I mean, come on. Like, look. Sandman, he's cool. He's a hardcore legend, but I mean, like, clearly, he's drinking on the job. How professional is that in 2017?
Oh, and of course.
Ouch.
Of course, this is a special attraction match, unlike our other singles bouts here tonight at the Darkest Timeline Championship Tournament. That kendo stick is 100% legal here, and he has gotten off on the right foot. Another kendo stick shot raining down on the back of Everett Connor, as the Sandman now going for that white Russian leg sweep. Nailed it. And that's all she wrote. This match didn't even get going. Sandman, after a couple big kendo shots and a white Russian leg sweep, picking up the win over Everett Connor. You can hear the fans right now just going absolutely insane.
The Sandman!
Well, it looks like Sandman's drinking Miller Lite here tonight.
You know, I expected a little more from Everett. Oh, come on. Hey.
He's waterboarding him. With beer.
I don't even think Everett's old enough to drink. Come on now.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, well, look, if you're not old enough to drink, then I don't think that you're old enough to have a match with the Sandman.
Hey, someone get in there, call the police, and arrest the Sandman.
Oh, come on.
He just gave a minor an alcoholic beverage.
In the words of Ernest the Cat Miller, somebody may want to call Everett Connor's mama, because I think that he's about to be in some trouble.
Don't
take that beer, Everett. Everett Connors got handed a beer, and the Sandman actually he seems to be showing some respect here to Everett Connors, handing him a beer and heading off on his way. Maybe as if to say, you gave it your best, but let's be honest here, I'm the 5-time ECW World Heavyweight Champion.
No, don't do it. Don't do it, Everett.
Everett Connors here being pressured into drinking a beer.
What would the Beavs think about that, huh?
Oh, wait, the Sandman coming back into the ring. What happened? Did he not drink the beer the right way? The Sandman pointing at him. What he wants Everett Connors to drink all of the beer. Look at that. I really didn't think he's going to be able to chug all that beer.
I lost a lot of respect for Everett. A lot of respect. Gotta live your life straight edge, brother. Bieber would be real disappointed.
I mean, what else is this to be said. We saw him and Matt Riddle put on one of the greatest wrestling matches I've ever had the privilege to see live and in person tonight. It's going to be tough to follow that action up here as he has to take on 5 other men. Oh, Sammy Guevara, yeah.
What's up, everybody? See, it doesn't matter if it's a former WWE guy. It doesn't matter if it's a UFC fighter, whatever the hell Darby Allin is, a baseball guy. You're all gonna learn that Sammy Guevara is the greatest wrestler on this planet. There's a reason. There's a reason your boy's here being booked all over. There's a reason I just got back from Japan.
Again, Sammy Guevara from Houston. Talking like someone from Boston.
And that, the reason I'm gonna win this whole thing, go on and win the whole thing again, is simply hold this.
I hate to make jokes, but he does sound a little like Mark Wahlberg.
I think he's from the southern part of the southern part.
Well, as a Houstonian myself, I know how people from Houston talk as I grew up there. What? So, this will be a 6-man elimination match here. One at a time, these men will be picked off. Darby Allin, 1, 2, 3. Sammy Guevara, after talking a big game, is the first man eliminated.
Well, that shows him right. You know, he got a little too showy.
Wow, literally, Sammy Guevara throwing a hissy fit right now on the outside. Dominic Garrini throws in that rear naked choke. As Darby Allin tried to springboard off the middle rope back into the center of the ring, he got picked up. The referee saying in short order, Darby Allin has been knocked unconscious.
Are you kidding me?
And Sammy Guevara jumping in front of our camera here is
You're done, pal.
I'm not the president. Executive editor of WrestleZone.com. Yes, but I have no problem. You lost, Sammy. Sammy Guevara is still here. I'll attempt to call the action here as Sammy wants to make his presence. We have right here Filthy Tom Lawlor, ground and pound. He's got on top of Dasher Hatfield here. Simon Grimm seems to have squared off here against Dominic Garrini.
That German to Dom really threw him through a loop there. He looks like he's a little out of it.
Absolutely. And, you know, that's, again, what Simon Grimm does. He's an old-school throwback, right? Simon Grimm's the kind of guy that just likes to hit hard and hit often.
And, you know, speaking of hard hitting, on the way to the show, Dom came all the way from Ohio. I heard that he was actually T-boned in a car wreck, and yet somehow he still made it here and still made it to the finals of this tournament.
Yeah, well, I have no idea where Dasher and Tom Lawlor are off in the stands now. They are continuing to brawl on the outside. Dasher looks to be trying to shove Tom Lawlor's head into the steel ring post here. Simon Grimm is now in the corner as Dominic is trying to immobilize Simon Grimm here. And we have Dasher and Tom have been split apart. They are back up on the ring apron waiting to be tagged into this bout. Of course, this says you have to be tagged into this bout to be legal. It is somewhat smart to try to not be tagged into the bout, Greg.
You gotta take your rest on the apron and pick your spots. I mean, that's what it comes down to. It's what we like to call the blind tag. And when the opportunity presents itself, you get that blind tag and you make your way into the ring and you take advantage of it. And it's not a dirty thing. It's just, it comes down to strategy. Who's got the best strategy?
Wow, and Dominic Garrini there with a heel hook now locked in. A move you would probably see more likely out of Tom Lawlor. Really showing that BJJ experience here, especially against an accomplished former WWE superstar Simon Grimm.
Well, you know, Dom has a MMA background as well. He never made it to the UFC, but I mean, he's a pretty legit athlete, so.
And now a clean tag here from Tom Lawlor, unless I missed a tag here from Dasher Hatfield. But whatever the case may be, it appears that Tom and Dasher are now the legal men in this match. Dasher with a double drop kick, sending Tom and Dominic to the mat. And the crowd is starting to really rally behind Dasher Hatfield here. Dasher with a suplex goes right into the pin on Tom Lawlor. 2 count from the referee.
Well, I mean, it goes back to the beginning of the night. Dasher Hatfield has really been the ultimate underdog of this card. I mean, he had the odds against him with Joe Gacy and Mordecai double teaming him, and somehow he still made it.
Yeah, and look at that. Tom Lawlor now showing off his pro wrestling skills as he does a snap neck breaker onto Dasher Hatfield, followed by a low clothesline. I think this crowd here, I think Tom Lawlor has won them over. You have 2 fan favorites here, and they seem to be rallying more behind Tom than Dasher. Tom pointing to the ropes. What's he got in mind here? Oh! Dasher Hatfield picks up Tom Lawlor. Drives him into the mat with a power bomb. That's not going to be enough to put away a UFC veteran like Tom Lawlor. Tom ties in Dominic. Dominic now in the ring with Dasher Hatfield. He's got him under a double underhook here. Double under side suplex. Dominic tossing Dasher Hatfield here, going back in for the chokehold here.
And what did we talk about earlier? It seems like a trend with these MMA guys. I mean, you control the head, you control the body. If you can take out Dasher Hatfield and utilize the advantage with his arm strength, he's got control.
Absolutely, and yeah, Dasher here, while having his arms immobilized and his head by Dominic, managed to get his feet to the ropes, break up that submission attempt there.
And that's smart, that's ring awareness, that's experience. Dasher Hatfield's been in this business for almost 15 years.
And you can see Dasher right now, he's clutching his chest. I don't know exactly when that happened, whether he got hit with a chopper, he was thrown chest first into one of the ring posts maybe, but he seems to be hiding some kind of damage here. Up and over. And he's now got that twisted arm. He's got that twisted arm of Dominic. Now he takes it back. He's got a rear arm lock here. Oh, Dominic here using those BJJ skills to circle back around, now in control.
Dominic is very skilled in submission wrestling. If you're trying to play that game with Dom, you're making a big mistake.
And you know, we talked earlier about that medical tape that Dominic is wearing, and you mentioned how it's a bullseye. I know, good attempt here by Dasher, kick out of 1. I know that a lot of these UFC, MMA, BJJ guys, sometimes they'll use that tape to make you think a part of the body is injured, to actually keep you off the scent of what's actually injured here. Because you can see Dominic is going up and down with relative ease here on Dasher Hatfield, and it makes you wonder, is there any injury to that shoulder at all, or is he just trying to, maybe attract attention to it, have Dasher going after that shoulder so he can keep another part of his body fresh for an attack?
That's a great point, but if there's one area that, whether it's hurt or not, you don't want to put a target on, that shoulder. If you injure something like that.
Oh, jackhammer from Dasher Hatfield. Dominic Garrini is eliminated. We are down to 3 men here.
That was
Filthy Tom Lawlor, Simon Grimm, and Dasher Hatfield.
I was going to say, there's one area you don't want to put a target on, it's your shoulder.
Tom Lawlor tried to go for the pinfall there. The ref didn't see that Dasher's arm was actually under the bottom rope. Doesn't matter because Dasher was able to kick out Tom Lawlor with a kick across the chin. Dasher firing back with some punches here right now. And the crowd again torn. Who to root for here? Dasher or Tom Lawlor? So accomplished, both of them.
Oh, for sure. And like I said, Dasher might have won him over earlier with his heart, but for sure Tom Lawlor won him over with his skill and just his sheer...
Oh my God! I've never seen anything like that in my life. As Dasher went for the side suplex, Tom Lawlor turned it around. He's like a monkey on his back, right? He's got him in the guillotine choke right now. And again, we're trying to see if another competitor is going to be eliminated by choke out submission here.
That could be it. There's one.
That's 2.
Arms dropped.
One more flop and Dasher's out of this. 3, that's it. Dasher Hatfield has been eliminated by Filthy Tom Lawlor. And that takes us in. Filthy Tom Lawlor refusing to release the choke. Tom Lawlor needs to release that choke. Dasher Hatfield is unconscious.
I mean, you've already took him out of the match, Tom. What are you trying to prove?
They call him filthy because he fights dirty, and nothing dirtier than not releasing a submission hold. If this was the UFC, and wait, is that the winner there? The winner eliminated Simon Grimm earlier.
Finals of the Darkest Timeline Tournament in December. Filthy Tom Lawlor.
We'll call it a strikeout, Dasher. No problem, baby. Hey, my book.
And Tom Lawlor sinked in that choke, knocked out Dasher Hatfield, won this match, and proved how dirty, how filthy he can be by sinking in that choke and not allowing it to come off. What an intense Championship Tournament Phase 1. Wow, Dasher Hatfield. What a beloved character, what a beloved wrestler here in Black Label Pro, and I'm sure that we have not seen the last of Dasher here.
You know what? He didn't win, but he gave it the fight of his life.
That's true, and Filthy Tom Lawlor will be back he will be back December 1st, taking on the winner of the October 21st Darkest Timeline Championship Tournament Phase 2. Could be anybody, and we will find out that Dasher Hatfield leaving the ringside area here, slapping hands with the children. We want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight to the debut Black Label Pro, for coming out to the Square Sports Academy.